our very own now brings you the resident DJ of F Cafe, Neil Pepito. Hi, Neil. Excuse me.
Hey,
Hi, how's everything?
Good. You're finally able to get me in here.
Finally, man.
After years and years, you finally.
Well, you have no choice because you're in this beautiful place.
Yes.
A groundbreaking celebration of F Cafe and Bridges, the grand opening. So we have to talk to you, man. Finally, both of us don't have a choice but to talk to each other.
Okay.
Neil, I've known you for such a long time, even during your Party Patrol Y101 days.
Yes.
But I never actually knew the story. I've known you since your earlier radio days, but I actually don't know the origin story of Neil Pepito or DJ Neil Pepito. Maybe you can look back as far as you can go back, Neil, when you showed interest in playing music, in music in general.
Oh man, okay. It goes back to when I was around 12 or 13, and there was an award show on TV.
Like Grammy Awards?
Yeah, you remember Herbie Hancock?
Yeah, of course, Rocket.
Okay, Rocket.
Yeah,
Did
Rocket.
you see that?
Yeah, of course.
And
that was also memorable for me.
Grandmaster DST was DJing and he was scratching, and I was like, yo, what is that? And then later on, I was listening to Run DMC, and I saw Jam Master Jay, and I was like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do.
Really?
Yeah.
So you wanted to be a DJ?
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, that's it. That's what I want to do.
So did you eventually go to DJ school? I mean, what path did you take after that moment when you watched the Grammy Awards and watched Herbie Hancock? Did you eventually take up music? What happened? Or did your mom tell you to get realistic?
That's a good question because there was no YouTube back then.
Yeah, okay.
And there was no how to do.
Okay.
So I think I went to some electronics store.
Okay.
Radio Shack to be exact. I went to Radio Shack.
Are you already in the States?
I was already in the States. And I told the guy, okay, what do I need to do to start DJing?
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had these 2 Radio Shack turntables and mixer.
Turntables?
Yeah.
Okay.
No pitch control.
No pitch.
That's how you learn.
So how do you do it? If there's no pitch control?
Just move the record or just compile your records to the same beat. It was hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving forward, after that moment in your life when you found the equipment and you had the interest, what happened next? Because I know you eventually went to.
I was doing a lot of garage parties.
Okay.
I was underage, so I wasn't able to DJ at bars.
Okay.
So I was doing a lot of garage parties, and my parents realized like I was going out too much.
Okay.
So they
So
shipped
you're
me out.
getting paid for this already?
Yeah. So they shipped me out to Cebu.
Oh, okay. Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
All right.
I got here around when I was 17.
Okay.
So I had my DJ equipment at my aunt's place.
Okay.
And I was DJing there, and it was Fiesta.
Okay.
So my cousin invited these people to come over, and one of them was Bobby Grantham. You know Bobby Grantham?
No,
Bobby
I'm
G.
not.
Shout out to Bobby G.
Okay.
So Bobby G goes, bro, you want to play at Buy Disco?
Oh yeah, that Bobby G.
I'm
Okay.
like, let's go.
Okay.
So he introduced me to the manager, John Anderson. Love you, John. Thank you for giving me my chance.
Okay.
And the rest is history.
Wow. So wait a minute. You were shipped from the United States to Cebu because you were going out too much,
DJ.
and then you're here in Cebu doing the same thing that you're not allowed to do in the States.
How ironic, right?
So, but your parents were still there in the States at that time.
Yes.
So they could not interfere with your programming, so to speak.
No, that's it.
So, you were a resident DJ at Buy Disco. So that was your first job in Cebu.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long was that, and what was that experience like? Tell us about the Buy Disco experience, because I know a lot of people miss that experience.
Well, back then, it was underground.
Okay.
And everyone was smoking. So you would walk out of there smelling like an ashtray.
Okay.
It was really, really bad.
Uh-huh.
And I worked afternoon discos.
Yeah.
I worked Wednesday, ladies' night, Friday, Saturday. And it was good, but then it felt like a job. I was like, yo, man, this isn't fun anymore, right? But shout out to Joji.
Yeah.
Jonathan Tionko, rest in peace.
How long was your Buy Disco experience?
I think it was 2 years.
Okay.
And then they shut down, and then They renovated and Wapsi took over with his DJs.
Yeah. So after that, what happened?
I met Gilbert Go.
Okay.
Shout out to Gap Mobile.
Yeah, Gap, the famous Gilbert Go and Gap Mobile.
And then I met Joey D, Ronald Tan. Shout out to Ultimate Creation. And then we all got together and we started DJing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was doing that until like I graduated Cebu Doctors like 94.
So you were in school?
I was in school.
Well, what are you taking up in Cebu Doctors?
Radiation tech.
Radiation.
That's right.
So what was that all about? Because it had the word radio, that's why you took it? What?
Actually, I enrolled late. That was the only course available.
Okay, all right.
So my mom goes, "Bahala na ba so you take a medical course?"
Okay,
I'm
all
like,
right.
Okay, mom. So I took up radiation tech.
That's so funny, man.
Graduated radiation tech, but I'm not practicing. Whatever.
So you graduated radiation tech, but never practiced it. But you continued on with your DJing career. What was
And
it?
then I moved back to San Francisco around 93, 94.
Okay. So after your stint in the Philippines, after you were deported from the United States to Cebu, why were you redeported back to the USA?
To look for real work.
Okay. So you did.
I did.
But did you still do DJing at the side?
I was just DJing on the side.
Okay.
Then my daughter was born, so I stopped DJing for a few years.
Okay.
And I was DJing heavily again, and then decided to come back to the Philippines.
Okay.
2014.
2014. So this is like the new Neil Pepito, right? You have all those experiences from the United States, from your Cebu days with Gap Mobile, Party Patrol, and from By Disco.
And that was a beautiful thing. When I came back, people still knew who I were.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
So when F Cafe opened,
Yeah.
and they needed a resident DJ, and they're playing 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
everyone that went there knew who I was.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. Yeah.
So it was just like a great homecoming for me.
Yeah, it was like a great homecoming for Neil Pepito. So, but tell us about the new experience now, knowing what you know, all the experiences that you've had from all of those years of DJing. Did it feel new, or was it like you just continued on with your gig from you just picked up where you left off, so to speak?
Just picked up where I left off.
Okay.
I still love the thrill of it.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Like playing for 500 people or playing for a crowd of 15. It's just it's the same.
Okay.
Actually, playing for 15 is more harder.
Okay.
But the thrill is still there. I'm still hungry for
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I mean, how many DJs are doing it at my age?
Okay. So
Knock on wood.
what is it about DJing that you love the most, Neil?
I don't know. I think it's just the connection I have.
Okay.
The relationship I have with a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if it wasn't for DJing, I would have never met you
Uh-huh.
and everyone else.
Yeah.
So that's my connection with everyone.
How about the high that you get when you see an entire crowd jumping up and down and just screaming their heads off because of your music? How does that feel?
Feels good. Feels good.
Okay.
You still get chills.
Uh-huh.
You know, feels good. It's
So-
a great feeling. I think that's what I'm hungry for.
I can imagine that you probably improved your craft, right? From the first time you DJ'd when you were 12, 13 years old using a Radio Shack music equipment to where you are now. Do you see the improvements that you've had? And what kind of DJ were you back then in the first iteration of Neil Pepito back in the 90s during the By Disco area to who you are now? Are you still the same Neil Pepito or are you different now? Are you better? Are you worse? What?
Oh, good question. Good question. Well, I was originally a hip hop DJ.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and then I moved to Euro House. I think it's called Euro House during the By Disco days. So I really had to really learn that craft of mixing. Because in the States, I was just scratching music in, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
This one you really had to blend and
Yeah.
match beats. And I was like, what is it? It was more difficult, but I got used to it.
Okay.
But I take pride in my transitions. I think I'm clean.
Uh-huh.
Clean as fuck.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
All right. So, but did you totally let go of your R&B identity?
Yes, because as the years went by, I realized as I got older that it's such degrading music.
Degrading?
Degrading.
Why is it degrading?
It's degrading women.
You mean like the
lyrics?
The lyrics, yeah. Okay.
I just wasn't feeling it anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what is this shit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not feeling it anymore. I like the beats.
Yeah.
At the same time, it just wasn't my thing anymore. And then I spent some time in Europe, and then I got really into house music. So house music's my passion.
So you have transitioned and graduated from R&B to house music. Now, what is it about our house music that you love? Because you mentioned that R&B was kind of degrading because that's why you sort of you graduated from it. But what is it about house music that's different and for you is better than R&B?
The beauty of house music is you can go to a club and listen to a song with no lyrics. No lyrics. Just a kick drum, a snare, a layered snare, a thick bass line, and some keyboards. And your body just interprets the vibrations of the music.
Okay.
And it's all the positivity you feel
with no lyrics.
With no lyrics. And it's your body and your experience in life comes out.
Okay.
Whether it be happy, whether you're going through some tough times, it just resonates when you're dancing and you're able to express with no lyrics. So there's no influence.
What do you mean no influence?
No one's like with hip hop. There's a lot of anger. There's a lot of womanizing.
Yeah.
Makes you want to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
Makes you want to, you know what I mean? Like nonsense stuff.
Yeah.
Nonsense stuff. Where it was house. It's all love. It's all love.
Well, I guess you've got to understand also the background story of R&B music, right? I mean, these are people who are somehow in the United States, especially, have been sort of second. They're very insecure people, right? So that's why they.
I don't know. Shout out to my friends in California.
They're lashing out, right? They're lashing out.
I don't know. For me, it's just, I'm into meditation.
Yeah.
I'm into spirituality, and I don't want anything that lowers my vibration.
Okay.
So trap music, all that hip hop stuff lowers my vibration.
Okay. All right.
Whereas house music just keeps me going.
Okay.
Keeps it uplifting. I want uplifting music.
In other words, you grew up. Would you say that?
Yeah. That's why I love playing 80s too, because 80s has great lyric writing.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Yeah.
You can listen to old 80s song and you're just listening to the lyrics and you're just like, wow, this is great writing.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I agree with you. It's completely,
Everything now is vanilla.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like so basic. Oh, I went to the store. I did this. I did that. You know what I mean?
I'm bored in my house.
Yeah, I'm bored in my house. There's no poetry, right?
Yeah.
Music from the 70s and 80s, all beautiful poetry.
Yeah.
Be it rock ballads, be it slow.
There was
jams.
actual art, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
shout out to Babyface, David Foster. Right?
This is probably the most
Mike
shout
Francis.
outs.
Shout out to Mike Francis. Rest in peace.
Hey,
you gotta give credit where credit's due.
Exactly. So now you're here at F Cafe, and I imagine that a lot of your party goers still want you to play the good stuff from the 80s and the 90s and the 70s, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people complain, the music is the same. Well, of course, because when people come here, they expect that music. They want to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play Buttercup for you, right?
Why the hell not, right?
Why the hell not? Like, I'm not gonna play it this week because I played it last week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when you're a young DJ, Neil, we're kind of ideal. Yeah, we have like a playlist in our minds. I don't really care what people ask for.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever went through that phase in your life.
The thing is, you have to realize when you're a young DJ that number one, you have to remove your ego. You are doing nothing but playing other people's music.
Yeah.
So you're a privileged individual.
Yeah.
You're not in a band. You're playing other people's music.
Yeah.
And people want to hear certain things, so you have to play for the crowd. Don't play for you. Play for you at home. Play for the crowd.
I want to push back a little bit because I think DJs, they're not just playing other people's music. I think there's a craft, an art in putting together and playing songs one after the other. The art of the segue, the art of the mix, the art of transitioning, the art of escalating, the art of going down. So I think being a DJ is actually just like being in a band. Because there's actual art that you create in front of everybody, right? You're not just playing other people's music. You're actually making art off of art. Is that correct way of saying it?
That's the way you want to look at it. I don't know.
No, but you personally, how do you look at it?
Me? I just think I'm playing music.
Uh-huh.
I do know that I have to set the tone, create a journey. I always like to start slow and pick up. I never go back down. I just want to keep on going up, going up, waiting for the right time to play the right song. I think I'm a selector. I don't want to say I'm a DJ. Like, I don't know.
Maybe like a curator?
Yes.
Yeah. Is there still room for improvement for a DJ like Neil Pepito?
Yes. Because there's always there's always new technology coming out.
So you've adopted all these new technologies from that first time you used a turntable without any pitch control to the technology now.
You have to.
Okay.
Like, every DJ is replaceable. There's always that next guy waiting for
younger, right? Hungrier.
There's younger and hungry guys out there. You know what I mean? They want to step up. You want to step up to the plate, fine, but you know what I mean?
Is the technology making your job better? I mean, like
easier.
I know it's easier, but is it better? Is the output better? Compare yourself, the DJ Neil Pepito, who used to use turntables,
absolutely,
and the DJ who's now using the electronic, digital,
absolutely.
Mixing.
Let's say in one song, because when you mix out of something, you have to look for a break.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes it's only 2 bars, 4 bars. It's difficult to mix out of, especially when you're blending. You need at least 8 to 16 bars to mix out.
Yeah.
But at a record that only has 2 bars, 3 bars, how do you do that?
You mean like in the vinyl record?
Yes.
Okay.
But with the new technology, you can find that one break and just loop it precisely and mix out of it or keep blending for as long as you want. That's the beauty of the.
So it is better. It is better.
Absolutely.
So what do you say to those turntable purists who still prefer the turntable? What can you understand why they prefer the turntable?
I DJ with turntables at home.
Okay.
Because that's my thing.
Okay.
I love the feel of it.
Okay. So it's just a feel thing.
It's a feel thing.
It's not really the output thing.
It's a feel thing.
Okay.
But when you're out playing, you want to be on CDJs or you're on your laptop.
So it doesn't sound better to you. Okay.
I like the beauty of having my whole collection
in a stick, right?
In my laptop.
In a laptop.
Instead of lugging in vinyl.
Yeah, I know, right? You used to have like an entire army of people to help you around, right?
Not at my age. Not at my age.
I heard you're turning 5-0 very soon, right? I'm sorry, 3-0.
Cut that out. Cut that part out, Hash.
Neil, before you go, because I know you have a set to play now at F Cafe's 23rd anniversary, or at least Bridges' 23rd anniversary. Tell us about your most memorable F Cafe experience. I know there's a lot. It's like choosing a baby, but just pick one.
I can't.
Okay.
Every weekend, every weekday, something memorable. What I do love, though, is when I'm playing and I see people I haven't seen in 20 years. High school friends. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love about my job. It's when I see old friends, and it just brings a lot of warmth. It just gives me, reminds me of, to be grateful that I'm still around, I'm still DJing, I'm healthy. It just brings everything, in perspective.
So, when does Neil intend to continue being a DJ? Until you die?
Until my son takes over, I guess. I don't know. My son needs to take over my shit.
Okay.
That's my plan.
All right.
That's my plan.
Do you have any last messages before you go to your DJ's booth and do your set, Neil? Maybe a message to all the young and aspiring DJs out there, and maybe those DJs also that are still recovering and still trying to claw their way back into this, pandemic and typhoon and all that stuff.
One message to young, thriving DJs out there. Keep your ego at home. That's it.
And how about a message to those struggling and DJs that are just barely getting a gig because of what's going on with the world today? What's your message to them?
My message to them is you do it because you love it. stay at home, work on your craft, and just... You don't do it for money. You do it because you love it. It's passion. With everything else, it's passion. You have to be hungry for it. You have to be excited to go home and want to practice.
Do you still practice, Neil?
When I download new music,
Uh-huh.
I mark hot cues so I'm familiar with the song. And that's all I need to do. I don't need to really practice anymore.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the resident DJ of F Cafe, Neil Pepito. Thank you so much for doing this, bro. All right. Thank you so much, Neil Pepito. Good luck on your set.
Life means more. Enjoy the good life. Share the good life. Life means more. And live the good life at Amoa.
Amoa by Aboitiz Land, where life means more.